Hello, ladies, and welcome to this edition of Menopause Made Easy with Tanya. And today we're going to talk about circadian biology. Don't let that deter you from listening to this episode. And I'm going to do little hand grip exercises. Did everybody get some hand exercises grip? I've been posting some lots of exercises on social media lately. This is super important, everybody, to improve our grip strength. Anyway, back to circadian biology. All right, what is it? How does it affect menopausal women? Why should I care? Let's dive in. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is circadian biology studies the natural 24-hour cycles in our body. So as I mentioned before, we're made up of cells. And in each of those little cells, think of a clock, and we can call that your circadian rhythm. Okay, and this influences your sleep, your metabolism, how hormones get released in your body, and other physiological processes. Pump, pump, pump. Okay, so these rhythms are regulated by the body's internal clock. Okay, and it's got a fancy name, and I may or may not say this properly, but it's called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, and that is SCN for short. You don't need to know that, but anyway, which is located in your brain, but you might be hearing about this. You might not be, but when, I did an episode on your reticular activating system. When you start to hear me talk about things, you might begin to hear other people talk about them. And we've always been talking about them, but now you're aware and you're paying attention. Gosh, our brains are so smart. Okay, so why is this relevant to menopause? Why should you care? All right, and so menopause, as I've mentioned many times before, can disrupt our circadian rhythms. Okay, so we have these little clocks in our body. We have cells in our body. Each little cell has a clock. Okay, this is known as our circadian rhythm. And when we go through hormonal changes, it can disrupt the functioning of this circadian rhythm, right? How we operate. And this can lead to poor sleep, fatigue, metabolic shifts. Some of you may have realized this, some of you not. All right. And so when we start to align our daily activities with these natural circadian rhythms, these cycles, it can really improve our health outcomes. So what I've noticed is that as I've gone on my journey peeling the layer of my onion, so many of us stay up in, diet. We're so obsessed with diets. We keep buying diets. It's like, this is going to be the fix. This is going to be the quick fix. No, we have to get back to the basic fundamentals. I've been doing a lot of book reviews lately. Okay, actually, I'm deciding when I'm going to post this. But in my podcast, I really talk about fundamentals with diet, right? Anti-inflammatory, get your lean protein, make sure you're getting enough protein, get your healthy fats, eat lots of fruits and vegetables. Okay, the other stuff makes up a teeny tiny portion. That's basically what everybody's saying. They're all saying the same thing. Okay, we know how to move our body. We need a balanced approach. So we've got to get in our weight training, our resistance training, our walking, time in nature, Pilates, yoga, stretching, rolling, blocking, doing some cardio work, right? We know those things. There's not going to be a magic formula that's going to just poof, make you do those things. You have to do them. Okay, but sometimes like beneath or above that actually is that when your circadian biology is off, your circadian rhythm is off, it can make it more challenging to do those things. So sometimes you may need a shift. If you've been focusing on those things for so long, you may need to change things up. So one thing I've been working on as I'm getting more aware of all of this, I've been talking about this for a long time, but I'm really focused on it in this podcast episode, is light exposure. All right. And so morning sunlight, and I have to tell you, I'm taping this in January. It's been -20. It's been cold. I have not been going outside. I actually miss it. When I wake up in the morning, it's freezing outside. It's dark and it's affecting. I can feel it now that I've been practicing for the last, since mid-2024, how light is affecting me. Okay. You've heard me talk about many, many times that your phone is sending messages to all of your cells, right? About what time it is. And that's why that can affect our sleep and our metabolism and all the rest of this. We are in such an evolutionary mismatch with the health of our body and how we're living our current lifestyle. And listen, I love so many things about our lifestyle. I really do. I love our modern conveniences. I love so many things, but as I've been doing this research since 2024, I really realize how far removed we are from life 50 to 100 years ago. Remember, as a child, many of you, we were outside all day long, climbing trees, playing in dirt. At least I was like, I ate outside as a kid. And now the studies are showing like people are spending 7 to 10 hours looking at a screen every day, or especially kids, and 20 minutes of outside time. And I believe this because if I did not have dogs, I would not get outside for more than 20 minutes. Like they get me outside. So this is part of my lifestyle. So I've really been noticing how in the summer, it's much easier, or in warmer weather, it's much easier for me to go outside than it is colder weather, and how this is affecting me. So your light exposure really matters. So it's 10 o'clock. I've peeked outside, which can, be beneficial. I've peeked outside for about 4 seconds. Okay. So that's better than nothing. But most times I am not outside in the sunlight until after lunch when I go and walk my dogs. All right. When it's this cold. So this again is a habit. In the summer, no problem. Winter, problem. All right. But when we get 15 to 30 minutes of this natural early morning sunlight, it helps to regulate our internal clocks and enhances serotonin production, which improves mood and sleep. So serotonin is that thing in our body that helps to regulate mood. We also get this from eating food sometimes, but if we go outside from the natural light, we can have it improve our mood and our sleep, because then our cells get on this cycle and it says, okay, you will be in bed 10 hours. I'm making that up, 10 hours from now, but you've recalibrated your system. All right. So morning sunlight, are you getting it? How much of it are you getting it? Can you start to get it? If you're driving in your car, crack your window. Can you take your time getting to the car? I don't leave my house because I work from my house. Can I, I usually go outside and drink my water or go outside with my dogs, but I definitely have noticed going through this for almost a year, that, like I started in, early 2024. So it's probably 18 months by the time you hear this. I can definitely, feel how light is impacting me. All right. So the other thing I've talked a lot about is minimizing blue light, especially at night. Can you put a blue blocker on your phone? And in the morning, don't look at your phone first thing, because that then is the light that your cells see. And then your cells go, oh, it's got the brightness of July at noon. Okay. That's not what we want when it's January or February or November. All right. Okay. So are you reducing your screen time 2 to 3 hours before bedtime to support your melatonin production, which is going to help you get sleepy? I have been working on it. It's challenging not to look at my phone after 6 p.m. Challenging. Okay. So again, I'm not perfect, but some days are better than others, and I'm really working through this process. So see what you can do. Okay. So sleep. We have sleep. When we maintain a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends, so I did a great episode on social jet lag, all right, it helps our cells regulate. So do you have a consistent sleep schedule? Are you sleeping in a cool, dark, quiet sleep environment? So that can really help with this circadian biology. Meal timing. Oh my gosh, again, so important. And we fluctuate with the seasons, with the light. So aligning your eating patterns with daylight hours. Again, nighttime, winter time, it's dark at 4:30, right? But in the summer, it's light until 10:30, roughly. So where I live. And so eating in the winter in those daylight hours is much more challenging than summer. So again, I'm not saying you need to be perfect, but I'm bringing this stuff to your awareness. All right. So many of you come to me with late night eating issues, and I was one of them for a long time. But this late night eating really affects our metabolism in a negative way, and it messes up our insulin resistance, okay, which worsens during menopause. So if you are nighttime eating and you want vibrant, energetic health, you want to avoid disease, I honestly, this is such an area to work on. And it took me a while, but it's done. All right. So after dinner, you're not hungry. You are bored. It's habit. It's social. It's numbing. It's comforting. Can you find something else to do? I have lots of suggestions. This is what I teach my midlife reboot program. All right. So meal timing, really important, aligning it with daytime hours. Physical activity, this changes too, right? So if you are exercising in the dark and cold at 5 a.m., that's not me, that can negatively affect you. And then you're under fluorescent lights. Again, you have to study you. You are the CEO of your health. So should you exercise in the morning? I don't know. How's it feel in your body? Are you better in the afternoon? When does it work for you? How can you start to sync with your natural energy cycles to avoid overstimulation at night? So I used to work out at night sometimes. I don't work out at night anymore. I miss classes. I don't do things with my friends. I do not want to exercise at night. It's too stimulating for me and it affects my sleep. That's me. You have to figure out you. Maybe it doesn't bother you, or maybe it does bother you, but you've never thought about it. You've never connected the dots. So those are some things that I just want you to think about. These are things that I've been exploring over the last 18 months. So since the beginning of 2024, mid 2024, and just wanted to share them with you. So that is it for today, ladies. It's powerful. The circadian rhythm is it matters. Okay. And when you can start to get your cells in alignment, just think of how we used to be. Like we used to go to bed earlier because we didn't have the light, right? And if you turn the lights off in your house, that's another whole episode. But you notice you will go to bed earlier because you're not being stimulated by lights. So you can change your light bulbs. Oh my God, there's so much stuff I could get into, but I'm not going to get into it today. I just want to introduce you to the topic. Again, share this with your friends. Maybe this is new to you. Maybe it's not. Maybe you do some of these things. What do you do? What don't you do? What can you start to do next? I'd love to hear in the comments. I'd love for you to reach out to me. Do you need help? Do you not need help? What can you work on? Let me know. All right, so please share. I would love for you to rate and review my podcast. It just helps other people find it. I would really appreciate that. And have a beautiful day, everybody. And I hope you have fun working on your circadian biology. I've had a fun, and I continue to have fun to notice my patterns, my cycles, how it affects my mood, my sleep, my energy, etc., etc. Healthy hugs, and I will see you in the next episode. Sorry, my camera's here, you're down here, so I'm looking all over the place. So anyway, catch you on the next episode.